Hey, Loco sports fans! I am your host with the voice that is almost gone, Justin Jarrett, joined by Wes Kerr and Marcus Walsh for your Loco Sports Lowdown on a Saturday night. It's just been a weird week. So we got a show in on Tuesday, and then we didn't get another one till Friday, and then there's a lot of news today. So Saturday, it is, and then tomorrow night we'll go even deeper. We gotta have a one Loco hoops happy hour and a Loco grind to get the niche people served. But tonight, big picture of what all's going on in the Loco on the sports scene, including wrestling state qualifiers, which is why my voice is raspy. A lot of coaching today, successful day for a lot of low country wrestling programs and kids. A lot of basketball because the basketball playoff brackets are fully set now. We can take a look at those. USCB had a busy day. The
Did they ever?
women got a win. The guys dropped a little bit of a heartbreaker. You said it was a rough day at softball, baseball, tough too.
Yep.
Yeah, so a lot of USCB stuff, a lot of high school basketball and wrestling to talk about tonight. But first things first, it's brought to you by Mixon Law Firm and WHHI TV. Mixon Law Firm, been with us since the beginning, our original sponsor, our all-star sponsor. They are our official real estate closing attorney and presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. But you can call on them for all your legal needs, and they love all the teams in the Loco. That's why they support Loco Sports. And then, of course, we know WHHI TV loves all the teams in the Loco. You guys always make sure
I was
to
just going to say that
spread the
too.
love around. You
Yep.
always make sure to spread the love around evenly to everybody. Make sure everybody gets a little love, and that we feel that vibe. So we appreciate you as our partners in local sports and our all-star
Likewise.
sponsors, and we're happy to be a part of what you're doing over there too. So how y'all boys doing on this Saturday? Obviously, I'm a little drained. I still got some adrenaline pumping, but been a long day. The bus left at 7. So it's been a long day, but an eventful and a good day. But how are
Where
you guys doing?
where were you at?
Whale Branch.
Okay.
Yeah, Whale
So not
Branch.
too far away.
No, the trip was easy. It was
Good.
just a long day, and honestly, the tournament ran really smoothly. We got out of there by 4:30 or so.
Nice.
It was a solid day. But
Good.
how are you guys doing?
Doing well here. Was great to get out to the Cove for the first time this year today, and got to sit with the best buddies and Kevin Libby for the afternoon and whatnot. And yeah, it was an interesting environment at the Cove, which I'll get into in a bit for sure. Um, I really wish we had Kevin here because obviously he's more in tune with what's going on at USCB than I am. But it was an interesting day over there at the Cove inside for both those games. But took the lovely fair Samantha out to dinner at Jim and Nick's after she got off work.
Ooh,
Had a
nice.
had a great day in the meat section there and doing stuff. So we're both getting after it today. But
Awesome.
another fine day here in the Loco.
Yeah,
Awesome,
that's
awesome.
great. Had a long afternoon, evening over at the Shark Park, and as we'll talk about later, some just frustrating games for USCB softball. They had a chance to win both of them and let both slip away in tough fashion. They're up 3-0 the first game, then they just couldn't put away Erskine, and that's a team they beat handily yesterday, and they
Yeah,
lost.
10-1, right?
Yeah, lost in 8 innings
Wow.
today.
Yikes.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Same pitchers, like
Um, I am
nuts.
not sure. I think they're different
Yeah,
lineups, though. I think
I
there's
mean that'd
some.
be the one
Yeah,
thing that might switch.
yeah, yeah. Definitely had a different lineup, but still, I mean, they had every opportunity to beat them. But we'll get to that a little later. But great to see the softball team for the first time, and still some optimism. They're growing that team, still 5-3, and uh, yeah, it's always great to come over to Richard Gray and call some baseball and softball games, and it's gonna keep getting busy because we got a lot going on coming up next week as well. So that's exciting. Now, just kicking back, talk some loco sports and watching some skiers go down the mountain.
Oh yeah, yeah. How about the controversy with the skiers? That was wild. Who knew that
Yeah.
a little bit of extra fabric could let you go so much further?
Well,
But that's a topic that we'll mostly avoid.
Yeah.
Um, beyond that, if you know, you know. I've got some curling on Italy and Sweden. I'm sure this happened many hours ago, but I was in Whale Branch where there's no
Okay.
service, so I had no clue what was happening. Yes, outstanding hospitality room by the Bridges Prep Wrestling Moms. Really an all-timer level hospitality room. It was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Nice.
Big shout outs. I did tell them my only quibble, diet soda would have been great. I would have liked to have switched from coffee to diet soda at some point, but I just kept going to the coffee. But that's fine. That's fine. They did a great job, and we even got free Starbucks cups,
Oh, nice.
Hey,
like
there you go.
travel cups. They
Yeah.
donated travel cups to us. Yeah, phenomenal work by Hagen's moms. So great stuff. Um, I guess we'll start there with the wrestling state qualifiers, uh, because we've got a ton of them. I mean, I've been saying like the Loco's coming, but like,
You're
wow.
here.
Yeah. So May River took first at the 4A lower state. They had 11 qualifiers out of 14 weights. Champs Blake Butler, Bryce Butler, Marcus Folk, Stefano Calderon, and Thomas Bruff. Henry Santis, Leandro Laranego, and Ryan Seaman runners up. Liam Ingblom, Sean Zadroga McNulty, both qualified, as well as Oliver Wong. So those guys all headed to state. Bluffton had 10 qualifiers and finished second. Abraham Brown, a champ. Runners up Christian Vargas and Oscar Roman. Andrew Lawson, Noah Scott, and PJ Ventrone placed third. Fourth place for Brady Wall, Eli Garcia, and Xander Carter. And then John Garris also qualifying fifth. Buford had 5 qualifiers. Here we go. Buford had 5 qualifiers. You had Colton Freeman was the champ at 215. Jaden Priester, Santino Comunal placed fourth, and Jessup Paris and Cameron Posey also qualified. Top 8 qualified, by the way, in each weight. Hilton Head, Bryce Stevenson, defending state champ. He was a champ. CJ Florencio was second. Alex Florencio and Cole Sowers were fifth. And Colleton County had 2 as well. Jordan LaPresta second, and Charlie Hogan seventh. That was from the 4A qualifier. Again, May River and Bluffton 1-2 in the team standings there. Battery Creek was third in the 3A team standings, and they had 11 qualifiers. Now,
Wow.
granted, there were only 11 teams in the 3A lower state. There were 24 in the 2A, 1A. So a little bit of a just a disparity there, which is kind of odd. But Nate Najjar and Theo Johnson champs for the Dolphins. Anthony Perez and Eli Schuler and Khalil Myers all placed third. Chris Martin and Pharrell Myers fourth, and then David Bain, Landon Deere, and Quinn Matthews were fifth, and James Sneed was sixth. So Battery Creek taking a whole load of guys up the road. And then let me get the 2A, 1A. I can tell you off the top of my head that Hardyville had 6 state qualifiers, which
Fantastic.
is incredible. We had 1 last year
awesome.
in our first season,
Wow.
and this year we had 6. We finished 12th out of 24 teams. We were just ahead of Whale Branch. Actually, Whale Branch had 3, with Javari Bartley taking the title at 132. That's my dog. Wesley White third, and Jaquan Polite seventh. Hardyville had 6, as I mentioned. We had David Talaferro, our freshman 113, was third. His big brother, senior Josh Talaferro, at 106, was fourth. Javar Henderson, our guy who joined us from Ridgeland, because they don't have a team. He got 5th, and then Britton Jenkins. Oh, Carlos Glustra got 7th. Britton Jenkins and Ty Gilliard got 8th. So they all going to state. Super proud of those guys. I mean, gosh, Ty didn't win a match last year. He went winless last year,
Oh,
and now he's going to state. And
Awesome.
all 4 of our seniors are going to state, so they all get 1 more week. Really, really cool. Super proud of them. And then
yep.
Bridges Prep, they finished 8th, and they had 6 qualifiers as well. Kevin Summers was champ. Trayvon Jenkins got second. I can't believe somebody beat him. Harold Scott got third. Gavin Helms seventh, and Austin Ratcliffe and Christopher Johnston eighth. So those are the guys they taking the state. And Edisto won it. Bamberg got second in ours. Ainer won the 3A, and Hanahan was second with Creek third. So that's all your state qualifiers from the Loco.
What a massive list. That's
what a group.
Yeah. That is one heck of a group. It's just even like the last couple of years, it's been really amazing to see how far it's come. Not just like obviously it's been there in May River, but to see it at the smaller schools like a Creek, which has been there like in the past, but now it's starting.
Oh yeah, I mean Creek was a powerhouse.
Yeah, but other schools around the area that you see Bluffton, a lot of female wrestlers and male wrestlers as well, having some great success, and then of course your guys at Hardyville, how you guys have revolutionized that program, and they're becoming contenders in 1A, and it's really cool to see more boys and girls take up this sport.
Yeah.
And excel at it, not just take up, but they're winning.
The girls' event at South Florence was just incredible vibes. It was really, really, really good. And all the coaches were just kind of marveling at like, whoa, this is a little bigger in scale than I anticipated, and like the quality is getting better fast. And I think the girls thing is going to pop off big in the next year or two. Girls wrestling is here to stay, and I think it's really going to blow up. Again, the vibes are immaculate at the girls' events. They are so supportive of each other. I mean, so many post-match hugs. They're all best friends after they're done wrestling. Yes, Lowcountry absolutely dominating. Let's count this: 21, 32, 43 plus 15, 58. Lowcountry guys, if you just count Loco, qualified for state, and girls we sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 65 kids going to state for wrestling. Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I love it.
No doubt.
So there you go. Top 8 for girls next year. I hope so. Yeah, they really need to. They only took the top 4 this year, and the brackets were deeper than most of the boys' brackets at any classification. So there's no justification to take twice as many for the guys than the girls. So I think that's coming next year for girls.
Nice.
State championships. All right, so that's wrestling for you. Of course, May River coming off a dual state championship. They're going to try to take the double with the traditional state championship as well, and they should have a great chance with all those guys going up next week to Florence. That'll be Friday and Saturday, Florence Center. We finally have a great venue for that event.
That's great.
After struggling for years to find one that could really accommodate it, Florence Center has been phenomenal, and looking forward to getting up there and letting those guys see what it looks like.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, gonna be awesome.
I mean, it's a great
but let's get on to the basketball. You want to look at some brackets, or you want to talk USCB?
Let's look at the brackets.
High school ball, since we're talking about high school basketball.
All right, sounds good. I've got the brackets ready to go here, or the bracket page, I should say. We'll start with the girls. I like to go ladies first. Can't help myself. I just like to try to even it out,
Of course,
ladies usually get the short end of the stick.
Ladies play the first game, so
yeah, true story. They play on Monday, whereas the guys don't start until Tuesday. This is your upper state 4A bracket. Here we go. Although we have one in the upper state, right? Bluffton gets the at-large and the trip to West Side in the 116 game. So that will not be fun for a young Bluffton team. Colleton County is going to go to Wilson. That'll be a tough matchup as well. May River at Bishop England. We've seen that a couple of times this year. May River is definitely trending upward. You could.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Sharks beat them. I mean, I'm really impressed by the way they've been playing. I mean, they have 8 points to block.
Agree.
I mean, that's
insane. That is absolutely nuts.
8 points.
What the heck? Wow.
Yeah, they're playing good ball.
Yeah,
so I can see it. And then Beaufort is the 3 seed, and oddly will either way face a region opponent in the second round, assuming they advance. So that's kind of a quirky deal with the
Well,
bracket there. But Beaufort's got a real good shot to at least get out to the third round where they would
I think
meet
they
South
should.
Florence.
I mean, they've
Yeah,
dominated everybody in region play, so if
yeah,
they can get past that round one matchup against Crestwood, they should easily get at least to the lower state semifinals, and that would be cool to see them get the opportunity, which they would probably go to South Florence, which those are that's a challenge, but would be a winnable game for them if they're able to. I mean, potentially compete at least, but even getting to the
Right.
third round, that's a big time accomplishment for this team, and I think they have the opportunity to do so. It's been a great year for Reggie Jones and that Eagles team. It's been pretty awesome to see
South
the
Florence
rise.
does have a 6-foot wing named Harmony Bostic that you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, there's a
So
Yeah,
that would
that's
be
when it
an
really
interesting.
gets tough for them. Once you get to South Florence, assuming they
Yeah,
advance, which they probably will, but we'll see.
yeah. I mean, you would think so. They handle Bishop England
Yep.
pretty easily both times, and same for May River. So you would expect them to get out of there. That would be expected. Here's the 3A girls bracket. I think we peeked at this last night, but I don't know if it
Wasn't
was
completely filled,
fully
but
filled out. Battery Creek heading to Fox Creek, and then if they were to get past that, they would most likely go to Ainer in round 2. That's our only team in 3A that we cover. 2A though, we got a couple of squads in here. It's weird to me how the brackets aren't consistently designed and laid
Yes,
out.
I completely agree.
Um, we
It's a
don't have a
problem.
standard format.
yeah,
Uh,
It is a
but
problem.
Hampton County is going to start on the road at Philip Simmons. That's a
Ooh.
pretty good Hampton County team. We'll see if they can pull that one off. And then they would have to go to Atlantic Collegiate. Whale Branch, the 2 seed, they got a home game against Marion on Monday. Oh, that's on Tuesday. Their girls are on Tuesday. Um, so there you
yeah.
go.
Some
Whale
teams.
Branch. I don't know how good Chesterfield is, but Whale Branch has had a real good year.
It's been good to
Um,
see that girls team have a
They
real
have.
resurgence this season. Had a couple of lean years after
yeah,
Kaidu and our friends
yeah.
had
I
some
saw
long seasons
Canoes.
for a while. Yep.
I saw
Yep.
Canoes state champion track banner in the gym today
Nice.
at Whale Branch. That was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, Chesterfield's not ranked. The team that they would play in the second round, so Whale Branch might be able to make a little noise. Timberland. Oh, Kingstree's number 4. Timberland's number
Mm.
6. So those would be a problem. And Atlantic Collegiate is number 2. So it's a little bit of trouble in there. 1A girls, we got Ridgeland in it. They are going. Where they at? There they are, going to Lada.
All
That's going to be
right.
a tough one. That's going to be a tough one. Number 1 seed. Lada is number 4 in the most recent coaches poll. So tough matchup there. On to the boys. Now this one's fun. We got a little home cooking here. So Hilton Head is hosting Aiken in the first round, and then they would
Mhm.
have to go to Wilson, which we are very familiar with Wilson, and we
Yep.
may get a
Are.
lot more familiar with them because it looks like Hilton Head might play them, and then either Bluffton or May River is
Oh,
likely to play them.
are we gonna
You
get
know.
part 4 of Bluffton May River?
We may.
Yep.
We may not because Darlington is usually pretty tough.
Darlington is they've played spoiler before, so don't count
Yeah,
them out, but
they're usually pretty tough, but May River will be at home in round 1, and
they will.
there is the possibility of Bluffton May River Part 4 of the season.
Wow.
And those teams both going in highly ranked. Bluffton at 4, May River. Oh, they fell out now. They were at 6 a couple of weeks ago. So
But
that
hey,
dropped down
one game,
ballot for
anything
them.
can happen between those two teams.
Oh yeah, I mean those
That's
games were
right.
super
Yep.
competitive, so there's no reason to think that it couldn't swing the other way.
And and that game would be on a Saturday night. It looks like. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, the
Yeah, the
21st. Yeah, so
21st, a
Saturday.
week from
Yep,
tonight.
yep.
Good stuff. So we'll be keeping you posted on that, of course. Battery Creek slid to the 2 seed despite the three-way tie. But it's still saying they're the 3 seed. I guess they're the 3 seed. So the bracket says it, and it don't lie. So that means they will host Marlboro County in the first round, and then could be going to Fox Creek in the second round. Fox Creek is ranked fourth
Yep.
in the state, so that'll be a tough matchup. Marlboro's not ranked, so it still could be a tough matchup there too. But yeah, Fox Creek would be their bugaboo in round two if they could get through that. They might see Oceanside again. They might see Loris, and then who knows after that.
Yep.
Orangeburg got a shot to come out of that. They're the only 1 seed in the top half. Wow,
Yep.
that's wild. Um, so Orangeburg Wilkinson, man, Battery Creek could have been in that seat. That would have been something else. Uh, Hampton County #1 seed. They got Lake City to start, and then either Woodland or York Prep. I would expect either of those to be a pretty good scrap. Both pretty solid teams and programs. Whale Branch going to Philip Simmons to start off, and that will be a tough matchup. And then they would have to go to Atlanta Collegiate most likely after that. Philip Simmons ranked 7th, so they got to get through Philip Simmons to get anywhere. And then in 1A, we told you about Hardyville last night, going to be home against Johnsonville. Ridgeland's going to go to Carver's Bay. And so that's what we got. And we could potentially, theoretically, have a Hardyville Ridgeland matchup in round two, but
That'd be fun.
a lot would have to go right. Yeah, Fox Creek is good. What?
Huh?
Nah. He says that's a playoff seed, not from the region, but
Hmm.
they are done by region in 3A. It's not like 4A with the RPIs. So I don't think, unless I'm wrong. I don't think so. I think it was predetermined, right? Like,
Yes. So
based on region
the only classification I think that has the 1 through 16 RPIs, I believe, is 4A. I think the rest are just the.
Well, I think 5A made too. But,
Okay, 5A, but we
just
don't
mess with
cover
it.
5A. So
Yeah. Not yet. Probably someday.
at least not now, but maybe later.
Pretty good chance. So yeah, there's your basketball brackets, and I don't think a lot changes about what we think, except that it looks like Bluffton or May River are almost assured of making it to round three, one of them,
Yes.
before they would run into Wilson, which is who took out Bluffton last year. We may
At
see
least if
Wilson come
Bluffton
back
gets
to
to
then.
round 3, they'll be home.
Right.
Maybe the
Right.
2 seed.
And that would bring Wilson back to us, which I mean, can't be mad about getting to watch Josh Leonard play in town. That was pretty special last year.
It sure was.
And let Bluffton take their best shot at him. That'd be fun. Buford girls should have a pretty easy run into the third round, and then that South Florence game will be tough. I think Creek guys they got a tough road to hoe now. I think Hampton boys got a shot to make a deep run, and that's probably it as far as like trying to get past round
Yeah.
3 or so.
And then we're still waiting for SCHSL brackets.
Yeah, so they've been playing region tournaments, which I didn't know were going to be a thing. But yeah, they've been playing JV region tournaments, varsity region tournaments, like all kind of stuff. So I don't know, man. SCHSL is a mystery.
So I saw earlier on Max Preps, and that may be what you're talking about, JJ, that the girls of Hilton Head Prep were scheduled to take on Palmetto Christian Academy at 5:15. So I'm wondering like how that fits in if you might have an idea.
I'm completely
I
lost.
do not know what that would be. That's going to start on Wednesday,
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I
It
I
says on Max
truly
Preps.
that's not even in their
I can
region.
I can
So
go,
Quite confused.
if they would have something on their website.
yeah, no, I don't know what that would be because that's not even from their region.
Right.
So
That makes
maybe
very little
maybe
sense.
a stray that somehow got entered that shouldn't have or something. I don't know
I have no
because that
clue.
doesn't make sense for me.
Okay.
No.
Doesn't check out because we don't have playoff brackets yet, as far as I know.
Right. I haven't seen
Maybe
it.
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that playoff bracket is already out and they're opening with PCA. But we'll find out soon enough when Skiza decides to let us all in on the let us all in on what the brackets are. I'm sure Stricklander will send them over as soon as they come out.
Yeah.
We'll be on the lookout for those Skiza brackets. But who do you think's coming out of that? I mean, who's got our best shots there? JP2 teams are probably our best hopes, right?
Yeah,
I
4A
would
though, that's not
completely
easy.
agree.
Yeah.
Cross girls
Cross
obviously
girls, yeah.
are a
Yeah.
hopeful. Colleton Prep boys actually we may have to keep an eye on them.
Yes.
They've had quite a season and might make a little noise there. So Skiza basketball coming up along with our high school league basketball playoffs this week.
I'm excited to see what happens with those JP2 teams. I mean, it's gonna be a tough road,
Yes.
but they have the ability to upset some squads in 4A hoops. I'm looking forward to seeing, especially that girls team. That girls team, so veteran heavy and just they play so well together. I hope they're rewarded with a good playoff run.
They had a weird deal today. They played Trinity Collegiate on the road. I guess it was part of a region tournament of some sort,
Okay.
and it was 32-5 JP2, and at halftime, and then they called the game due to a
Oh,
medical emergency. So I'm not
Oh,
exactly sure what
that's
happened.
strange.
I guess a player
Oh,
had a medical emergency. So
interesting.
scary situation, obviously, and unfortunate. But the Golden Warriors girls onto the finals of the region tournament against Wilson Hall on Tuesday.
okay.
So it does not appear that the playoffs are starting Tuesday. So I don't know what any of that
Yeah,
means.
that's odd.
Yeah, confusing. But whatever. We'll get to the bottom of it. We'll get to
I
the bottom of
I feel like the last couple of days on here, I'm like Bagheera from the Jungle Book. That's odd.
it. That's odd.
Yes, sir.
So that brings us to the USCB stuff. Baseball played tough today, lost 7-5.
They had a chance in that
Uh,
first game. They really did, and couldn't quite get it done. But I guess improvement. But you would love to have taken one of those to. At least it was better from what we saw today. And
yeah.
looking forward to seeing them back at home against Augusto. And these Peach Belt teams, with the exception of Claflin, are all really good. There's very little easy
Yeah.
opportunities other
Yeah,
than
no,
that one team.
it's a quality league for sure. Um, so did they play a doubleheader today?
Yes, they played doubleheaders. So
Oh,
yeah, they're
okay.
supposed to play
Okay.
tomorrow, but I guess there was some weather concerns, so they played Tuesday instead.
Tomorrow's not a good day at all. It's
So
going to be like
that's why.
95% chance of rain all day.
Womp
It's going to
womp.
be a
So yeah,
beautiful day if you're a duck, and a beautiful day for, as Joe Tate used to say, synchronized swimming.
yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, baseball dropped 2, softball dropped 2. As you mentioned, they were 2 that they just beat yesterday, so that was
Mhm.
kind of a bummer. And then basketball, the guys have
Yeah.
lost 2 in a row at home, but the girls, the women,
And
getting it done.
yep, and with that win, they have all but sealed a home playoff game because
Awesome.
if you look
Yeah,
at the standings,
they're 3.5 games ahead of Middle
yes,
Georgia.
and they have head to head against Middle Georgia, so it's pretty
Yeah.
much locked up that we're going to see this Sand Shark women's team in a home postseason game for the first time this year.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
It still gets
definitely a
interesting.
competitive game.
The
They played
men have
really
some work to
well.
do.
They really played well. It was great to see Courtney on the floor. She got on the floor in the fourth quarter. It was
But
great to
the
see
big
her get
story of the
after
day
it.
is the 8 blocks for Bree Pelote.
Yeah, goodness gracious.
That's bananas.
And bananas is good.
That is good. They got lots of potassium, which is
Yep.
good for you. Helps you keep from cramping. So yeah, the women won 67 to 55.
67-55, yeah.
And I'm pulling up the stats here because yeah, Brie Pilot had 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 block shots.
Man, she nearly pulled a triple double out of that. I mean,
Right.
was,
That's quite a day. Tanaya Bowman kept doing her thing, 19 points. She had
She was
7
outstanding.
boards.
Yep.
Gatosi and Hayward each had 13 and did some damage on the glass. And Hayward had 4
yeah, man,
assists along with 8 rebounds. So big time line from her.
Yep.
And then you got your role players,
Right.
just doing their thing. And it's a different cast from game to game, it seems like, but they keep trucking along.
Yeah, I mean, good to see them right back in the win column after it. That's a good, obviously first place in the league, good Columbus State team. You kind of wish they could have stayed in it a bit longer. They lost by 4 the first game. They lost by a lot more in the second game, but I mean, it is what it is. And right now I think you take it if where you are right now. I mean, you still have a chance to compete for it. I mean, you're still in second place, and
Yeah,
you're going to be hosting a first round tournament game, and just that's big time improvement by this team. It's awesome to see everybody come together. Men have some work to do though. I mean, it was
they do.
Yeah, that was just strange. I mean, it was really chippy, and I mean the crowd was just going nuts. It was about as raucous an environment as I was at last night at the cage between JP2 and HHCA on the boys' side. But these guys they play hard, and certainly uh, they had their chances to make a bunch of shots late, but the game, of course, was elongated with fouls, and they were going up against a bigger, more physical, taller team, certainly in Georgia Southwestern, and that was definitely a factor. And Ron Fudala certainly got his money's worth. And again, first time seeing USCB this year. And I looked over at Kevin, who obviously has seen a lot more of them than I have. And I was like, does it seem like things are a little bit, extra with some of the ways that just the environment and whatnot? And he said, oh yeah. And this is year 3 of those programs, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I noticed a lot. It was definitely a different environment, and Georgia Southwestern is a physical, tall, big team that's
Yeah.
gonna, mash people into the ground
well
if they
matchups a lot
can.
of times. Matchup heavy.
Yeah,
Basketball. I mean, it's you could see a team's middling 500 squad in the conference, but you don't match up well against them. It's a tough game, and that's kind of what
yeah,
we saw here today. But you turn the page because you got another big one on Monday. You welcome in Lander, and
absolutely.
Huge one.
you can turn it the other direction if you can beat the Bearcats because you're still a game and a half behind them. So if you beat them,
Right. You'd
you're
be
right
a half
back in
game
the mix.
back.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, all is not lost at all, and there's still, a game clear
They
of the
they
fourth and
fought
fifth
too.
place
I mean,
team.
it
So,
was it was
but it's
definitely
been
competitive.
back-to-back losses at the Cove is crazy. That
Rare.
doesn't
Rare to
happen
see.
very often. So hopefully they can get it back on track. Kilminster had a huge game, 21 points, 6
He
assists,
did.
5 rebounds. Dom Eason had 14 points, 9 boards, 4 assists. Shea and Hudson Norton each had 13. So
Hudson Norton, I was really impressed with. He came into the game in the second half and really logged some minutes and some big time shots, especially from
yeah,
Tripleville.
a couple
Coming
triples,
in
13
due to
points
an
in 10
injury.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, solid. Instant offense. He definitely brings that.
Yep.
I mean, he's
Provides it.
he's he's that guy. When he's hot, he's hot.
I
And
forgot how good Paladugu is too. because he's been there for a good minute. I mean, he
Man,
was there
he's
when I filled in for you a few years
yeah,
ago.
he's a junior now, one of the OGs, and
It must have been
I
2
think
years ago.
he's a lot of heart and soul of the
Yeah,
program. I mean, his defense is tremendous, and he sacrifices his body
Yep.
so
yep.
much, and just a great attitude and team first guy. Just he's a really good kid. Really enjoy watching him play. He plays so hard. I mean, just goes after it. And he had to play post in high school, Shannon Forest, and now he's getting to play. He's that 3-and-D guy.
Yep.
But he's got a nice pull up, little mid range game, and it's just a tough player. He's the
Yep.
kind of guy that Fudala has plans to build this program around.
Yep.
As those
Love
kind of
seeing it.
overlooked, undersized guys a little bit that grind. So. Yeah, I think they'll get back on track. I hope Monday. That would be huge.
Be
I mean,
great to see both get a win.
that would
All would be
certainly.
Rather than
forgiven.
just one.
Yes, yes. If you can get one, if you can beat Lander on Monday, because that was kind of the game you were looking at, and
Yeah.
sometimes every game's difficult in this conference. Maybe Clayton State should be a easier game than some of the others, but yeah, you definitely had your sights in this game. It got postponed. You're supposed to play a little earlier. I hope the best buddies will still have their game, but I'm not sure if they will. But either way, I'm looking forward to what should be a fun atmosphere Monday. Should be a great crowd on hand on a
Well, I think the
President's
best
Day.
buddies played today, right?
Oh, they played today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both.
Shoot, I missed
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Okay.
It was second half of both games, so got to see a bunch of them out, of course, along with Jeff
Jeff
Riley
Riley,
and
the
Very
king.
getting
nice.
after it. I thought I remembered that they actually, had a way to keep kind of score and whatnot
Nah,
on the scoreboard from back in the day, but obviously I'm mistaken
nah.
because they just played for
They
5
play for the love of
minutes
the
Yeah,
game.
they just go up
ish,
and
and
down.
and
Yeah.
of course, and yeah, that was great to see.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, congratulations to all those best buddies
Yeah,
participants.
and the Special Olympics are
Awesome
coming up,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, where do we see
I'll
that?
be
Ray Alonso told us about the Special Olympics
right.
coming up. Right?
March 12th, there at May River, the
There you
outdoor
go.
stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
I'll be there,
I
of
remember.
course,
They
and
still have that high school, Hilton High School. I remember
it's at
they
May River.
The May River now. Yeah.
Okay,
It's been
so
at May River for
remember
a
when
few
I was
years at least.
when I was Hilton, they always
Yeah.
they took the students to fill the seats and watch the events happen over there. So
Yep.
I remember it being at
So
Hilton, but they've moved locations. So.
Yeah. May River
March
now.
March 12th, 10 to 12, May River High School. Jeff was saying that he and Nick are heading over to I want to get
Reno.
he's given me to Reno.
Reno.
Thank you. To
Reno?
Reno, Nevada,
Nevada?
yeah. And they're
Wow.
going to be having some great festivities over there starting, at the beginning of the week on the 9th.
Okay.
And they're going to be doing some bowling, a good amount of bowling, it sounds like. So
Yeah.
they're looking forward to that. I might be able to talk to them before they head out and looking to possibly do some other stuff. Jacob and his dad, I got to talk to today. They're going to be heading to Minnesota
Yeah.
in June for
Okay.
golf. So
Yeah. For the
Okay.
Nationals.
might be able to get them on
That's during the summer.
WHHI as well before they
Awesome.
head out in June. So I'll be
Fantastic.
working on those angles, kind of getting more of the
Fantastic.
Special Olympics into our coverage,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially for the weekend, because those can be evergreen and a little bit
Yeah.
more lighthearted, if you will. So that's what we look to, especially for our weekend packages that air Friday through Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. So yeah, Sand Sharks, there's your Sand Shark report. And that's the big news that I had.
Yeah. Softball.
today.
I was going to get more into softball.
Oh yeah, go ahead and tell us more about softball.
Yeah. I mean, started off pretty well for USCB in that first game at a 3-0 lead, and then they let slip away. I mean, that's a good Carson Newman team that they played. That was a really nice win they had on Friday. Unfortunately, just unable to close it out today and beat them again. But we're seeing a different mix of players and lineups on these teams in a 4-game set. So it's part of, you want to win it, but also you're trying to see who else you have, and it was actually more of the starters that you would expect to see in that first game play for them, but just ran into some trouble in the sixth inning and let it slip away. But give credit, man. This girl on the Carson Newman team, Bailey, number 3 hitter in the lineup. Oh, she was absolutely raking. Went 3 for 4, drove in 2 runs. She could swing it. They have some talented players. So the win they got yesterday, that's a pretty solid one. But I had a chance to sweep them, which would have been even better. The one that really made me kick myself a bit, just you wish you could have had it, was that Erskine game, a team that you beat, as you mentioned, that you run ruled them 10-1, and then you lose in extras in a weird game where you went down early, couldn't get the offense going. You end up tying the game, but you had the bases loaded with 1 out twice in the 6th and the 7th inning after it was tied. Couldn't score another run. I mean, that is tough to see. Just you had different players in the lineup, but man, all you got to do, drive one to the outfield or try to knock in a run, and we saw it in the 6th inning where they had the bases loaded in the 3-3 game. Kaylee Eubanks pinch hit, struck out, and then Conway, who's been so good this year, grounded out. So just unfortunate with 2 stellar hitters on that team, just unfortunately not coming through there. And then you had an opportunity very similar, bases loaded, 1 out in the 7th where you had a chance to walk it off, and then actually it was 2 outs and the bases loaded, but still a chance to win it with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and MJ Strategy pop out the third. But I mean, Erskine certainly, as I said in the broadcast, it was a matter of Erskine putting together some hits. I mean, they 4 hits in a row with the runner on second rule in the 8th inning. In softball, you have the international rule in effect, and yeah, give credit to Erskine for getting that victory and showing up early, getting some runs on the board. But different looking lineup, and just it's tough to see them lose both. But you still got this split overall on the day. You get 2 on Friday. But it's all about reps, as I said at this point. You're trying to get your players in different spots and trying to get some of the younger players involved. And man, I was really rooting for Alexander. She had the chance to, well, she still was able to do her job. She drew a walk, but I was hoping that she would get her first collegiate hit as a walk-off. Would have been really cool. But I'm excited to see how she improves. I just, the defense, I would like to see it become a little better as it goes on. But if you look at the offense and what Catherine Conway and Tamaya Whitlock have done, and Storia Sims, they'll be fine. I'm not worried about the offense. Every team has their slumps or just some tough situations throughout a game or throughout a series. I'm not worried about the offense. I think they'll be fine. I think they're going to compete in this conference. Just a rough day, and they'll bounce back coming up on Tuesday as they'll try to take down Mount Olive on the road, and then back at it for another weekend tournament next weekend as they welcome UNC Pembroke, Johnson C. Smith University, and Virginia Union University. So looks like a lot of softball coming up next weekend as well in a 4-team tournament. So Cody Yeski's, I believe they're scheduled to play 6 games in 3 days next weekend, all at home, according to the schedule. Yeah, so
sounds good. Let's do it. Sounds fun. Lots of college softball coming up. Check it out. High school softball coming soon too, and baseball and all the spring sports. We are in the throes of crossover season, so it's all coming down the pike. I've seen a lot of soccer scrimmages have started up, and
it shouldn't be too long before spring sports should be next. Not sure on the exact. Have to look on the high school league when the
it varies from sport to sport.
That's what I'm checking and seeing.
Our first day for baseball softball is the 27th is the first day for competition. They did do away with baseball and softball. They don't have the preseason distinction anymore or anything. You can it used to be weird where you could only play tournaments during the first week or whatever, and now they're just like, no, you can just start playing on this day, period.
Let's see, lacrosse. Lacrosse starts on Monday or the 20th, which is not Monday.
Yeah,
The
they're always
20th
the first one
is-
up.
Yeah, because they finished early. But yeah, I believe lacrosse can start as early as Friday. I believe this coming Friday.
Well, they will then.
Yep.
You can bet on it.
And
At
then
least somebody
baseball and
will.
softball on the 27th. Soccer is also same day as lacrosse. So Friday
Oh wow.
is the
Yeah,
first
so they coming.
contest for track, soccer, lacrosse, and then baseball and softball the 27th.
Very good. Here's something cool I saw. May River posted a little graphic on Instagram where they shouted out their high school or their college guys, May River Lacrosse. Here we go. So you'll recognize some of these guys. Andrew Dromsky's at Wingate, Landon Kushner at Coker, along with Carter Wiltsey. North Greenville has Logan Calvo and Whit Beebe. Florida Tech has Brooks Van Esselston and Rob Godomsky. And then Belmont Abbey has Will Rowley and Bryson Hart.
Yes.
So 9 dudes from May River playing college lacrosse this year. That's pretty cool.
Awesome stuff. It's great.
Yeah, that's a cool graphic.
It's pretty awesome.
All right, so let's bring this thing in for a landing then. Shout out to Hudson Seafood House on the Docks, our presenting sponsor of Under the Bus, and a great place for seafood, sunsets, and cocktails on Hilton Head Island. Under the Bus, I said Monday last night, but then USCB's home Monday, so we're gonna have to look at a different night for Under the Bus. But we'll get it in this week. And is presented by Hudson Seafood House on the Docks. Twinge and Twombly is a great personal injury attorney in Beaufort with the rare name but remarkable service over at Twinge and Twombly. Always makes me think of Sargento, persnickety people. I always think of it every time. But Twinge and Twombly, they can help you with your personal injury lawsuit. Get your money with Twinge and Twombly. Get your money with Twinge and Twombly.
That's right.
And then you got HHI Windows and Doors. Coach Barron, our old friend from Hilton Head Prep, hung up his whistle. He's focused on a new kind of screens with HHI Windows and Doors, improving your view of the Lowco. And then, of course, our Reverence Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor, presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind, and just great partners in wrestling for all of our local teams, and a big reason why so many Lowco kids are going to state next week at Florence. And then Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland when you need a haircut or not. But I mean, if you're gonna go up there, you might as well get a haircut, right? And some tacos.
Yeah.
You got good street tacos right out. Walk out, turn right or left. Either way, you're gonna hit good street tacos. Or you can go across the street to Fiddler's Seafood House. It's pretty great too. So there's a lot of good food in downtown Ridgeland. A lot more than people.
A lot of good food. A lot of good food everywhere here.
Yeah, really. If you know where to look, that's the trick. Yeah, you're right. Hampton, they got Rigdon's, they got Lowcountry seafood out there. They got a lot of good places. Good food. Bob's got some good fried chicken and fried fish. If you're into that sort of thing, it's like the Country Parkers.
There you go.
You ever been in a Bob's?
I can't say that I have.
Hey man, Bob's ain't bad. It really is like the Country Parkers. It's only in the country towns that don't have Parkers, but there's always a Bob's. You can get you some good fried food in there. All right, boys, let's do some parting thoughts. Marcus, what do you got?
It was just great to be back in the Cove today. Certainly seeing the best buddies and getting an eye on the talent. Once again, these USCB basketball teams have just tremendous talent top to bottom. Yeah, things didn't quite go right for the guys, but they gave it their all. I think 91-84 was the final score that I sent to you, if memory serves. It was definitely a competitive game, and in all of these games there are ebbs and flows. We see it all the time, but really good competition level, and especially for the guys to battle with a team that was clearly a little bit bigger and taller than they are. Definitely a lot to be commended on for sure. So great to see that. Great to hang out with Kevin and Jeff and everybody today for sure as well. And speaking of good food, took Sam, like I mentioned earlier, to Jim and Nick's. If you want some good barbecue, to me, it's Jim and Nick's, and then One Hot Mama's, either location. Now that there have been two for a few years at least.
Yeah.
Either or, good stuff. And to me, Jim and Nick's, that's where it's at when you want ribs. And I got
I
me
will
some
second that.
They
ribs.
do got some good ribs. That's
They
usually
are
what I get.
really,
Is good too,
really
though.
good.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
good. I like the brisket too. I'm a big brisket guy.
the brisket
I
is
usually
quite good
do
too.
get the ribs from there, and they're quite good. They're always quite
Yes,
good.
they're definitely good. It's been
Usually I get the ribs
a
because my father-in-law is usually paying when I get Jim and Nick's because they'll every time they come to town they want Jim and Nick's and he picks up the check, so I'm definitely getting the rib meal
yeah.
for
There
that
you
one.
go.
And Truman has become a rib eater as well. He'll opt for the rack of ribs as well. So
Good
proud
stuff.
proud dad stuff when your son orders the rack of ribs.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Been doing
Yeah,
that a long time myself, and just
yeah,
a great day to celebrate. Everything that we love here in the Low Country, and a busy one for me.
yep. All right, Wesker.
Some more strong performances from the St. Shark indoor track and field. A school record in the 4,000-meter distance medley relay. Drake Edmonds, Zacharias Sellers, Braxton Talley, and Zachary Vowles with a they didn't just break the school record, they broke it by 7 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty impressive. I'm losing my voice. I had to call 2 games of softball. I'm starting to lose my voice, but almost done here.
It's all good.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's been great to see the continued success of that indoor track and field program. The women also off to a strong start over there at the Tryon Midwinter Invitational, and a top 10 finish for the Sand Sharks individually. Teresa Shepard ninth in the 600 meters against some tough competition. I mean, you're going up against a bunch of tremendous schools and programs in these. Because is it like golf where you play D1? You go against D1 competition, or it's just
A lot of times, yeah.
yeah.
In
Yep.
many cases.
That's not easy. You have to go against some.
Well, that's why I mean you're really racing the clock and chasing your marks. It's all about metrics for those guys because at the end of the day, it's just to get you ready for nationals, right? So that's the main objective. And yeah, they'll see, especially in indoor. I mean, there's just only so many places to run indoor. So the teams all go to the same places.
Right.
They'll all go to South Carolina. They'll all go to Florida. They'll all go to Wake Forest. Like it's kind of the same few places that host indoor stuff. So, yeah. And sometimes some meets will have 2 different divisions. Like the scoring will be different. They'll have like a D1 division and a small school division or something like that.
By the way, you mentioned you were talking about watching some curling, but earlier. But I wanted to ask you if you heard about there was some apparently some cheating allegations that came across between Canada and Sweden.
With curling?
Yes, Canada's 8-6 win over Sweden was mirrored in the controversy. There was a situation where there's an illegal touching of the stone after releasing it, and Sweden apparently was enraged.
Illegal touching.
Yes, that Canada did something that was illegal in those matches. So there was some heated moments that resulted in this. So yeah, I mean I think like there in competitions you're trying to be good sportsmanship, but I think the Olympics that is the ultimate arena where you are supposed to pride yourself on being a good sport throughout the competition.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
And so, like in hockey, where in normal NHL play, you're allowed to fight, and you go to the box for 5 minutes, and then you're fine after that. In the Olympics, you get game misconduct, meaning that you're ejected from the game if you're fighting. Yeah. So, just goes to show that this is it's an event that showcases camaraderie between countries, and it has to be treated in a way that
Yeah,
you're
cheating
playing
in
the
the
game,
Olympics is bush
playing the
league.
game fairly.
As
It's
our grandparents once said, Quaker's meeting has begun.
And then one other note, for the first time, we have I can look it up here. Yeah, a unlikely gold medalist in the sport of skiing. Lucas Pinheiro Brian from Brazil won the giant slalom.
A
I don't
Brazilian
remember.
skier?
Yeah,
Wow.
Brazilian skier. South
That's
America's first
amazing.
ever medal at
Dang.
the Winter Games, and it's a gold for
That's
Lucas
so
Pinheiro
cool.
Braden. What a
That's
cool moment.
phenomenal. I don't even know how do you find out you're good at skiing in Brazil?
Honestly.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
yeah,
Maybe
because there
water
isn't.
skiing.
That's
I
insane
mean,
because I'm not sure
that's
where you even
wild.
find
It's
an opportunity to
crazy.
compete. Just the venue because
Right.
it's
You're
a
not even
country that
familiar with
does not have
snow.
snow. It's
So
a
somebody must have
tropical.
gone over to Europe and
Right.
skied and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get as good as I can get at this, and then represent Brazil in the Olympics."
Wow.
That's crazier than the
Yeah.
Jamaican bobsled team. My goodness,
You can make a
a
movie about
Brazilian
that
skier.
now.
They probably will. Um, I don't know. One of the streaming services will probably commission
Yeah.
it.
All
But
right, you're up. AJ.
all right, I'm up. I don't really have a whole lot to add except that I want to just say thanks to the people from Whale Branch and Bridges Prep again. Nobody understands how much work it is to run a
Mhm.
wrestling tournament. It's incredibly hard. There's a lot of it takes so many people. I mean, you need 3 or 4 people at every table, and you got 6 mats, and you got to get people to bring you mats, or you got to go pick up mats. And they had mats they had their own mat, but then they had Bridges mat, and Battery Creek's mat, and our mat, and I don't even know who else's mat. Beaufort's probably. We had mats from all over the place, and it's an incredible amount of work, and there's not a lot of thanks to it. But the folks at Whale Branch did a great job. They even gave all the coaches the Wi-Fi password so we
Oh,
could get
nice.
on the internet in the Whale
That's
Branch High School, which was super clutch. Thank you, Casey Sullivan. And it just ran really
he's
well. It was
awesome.
all good vibes, and the Bridges folks. So Bridges originally had bid to host it, and then when they hosted their tournament in at the start of the season, they came to the realization that the parking might be a real problem for the lower state tournament. And so they started looking for a solution, and Whale Branch stepped in and stepped up to host, but needed some help. So Bridges, gave them a lot of their people to help with table workers and did the hospitality room. So it was a good group effort, and there was a lot of low country camaraderie. Our biggest rivals, of course, have been Bamberg for the last 2 years. They're the team we've been chasing in our region. They will no longer be our rivals next year in the region. We
Oh,
won't have to worry about them till the playoffs. But the bond that we formed with those guys is pretty special too. Like
yes.
we were all pulling for each other today for the region, and Bamberg considers themselves part of the Loco, and I kind of consider them
Mhm.
our
Yeah.
like they're Loco
Next door
adjacent at
neighbors.
the least.
Yeah,
So it's been awesome to kind of bond with those guys and get to know them. And they got some great wrestlers, man. They had
they do.
a really good day today. Shout out to their 106 Brian Ford. He's one of the toughest kids I've ever seen. Just toughness. I saw him pop his shoulder out in a match earlier this season, call for injury time, pop it back in, and then pin our guy after he was losing the match.
That's
Um,
a
and our guy's going to state too. So Brian
that's a
Ford,
special dude right
we
there.
call him Little Big Man
Woo!
because he's 106 pounds, but he's built like a triangle, like a pyramid, and he's so jacked. And we call him Little Big Man. He looks like he
Uh,
could be 12 or 40, and he's a senior in high school, but he is a dog. And we were all hyped for him today when he won at 106. So
that's awesome.
it's just a great sport. If y'all aren't familiar with wrestling, like just give it a shot, man. It's the best sport. There's just nothing. There's nothing like it. Nothing approximates it as far as the physical demand and the mental toughness required, and I mean, just hand-to-hand combat. It's exhausting. People don't understand how exhausting it is, but the kids that go out and grind and put themselves on the line, and I mean, you embarrass yourself a good bit. You get embarrassed in front of people like a good bit. Um, but there's a lot of growth that comes with that, and humility. There's a lot to be said for being humble and hungry, and it's a sport that leaves you humbled and hungry for success, and it just it makes good people. So it's been fun hanging out with all the wrestlers in the state of South Carolina the last few weeks, and I'm grateful to get to do it again Friday and Saturday up in Florence, thanks to our guys working hard and punching their tickets. So on that note, we'll call it a night. Shout out to all the wrestlers going to state. Shout out to all the basketball teams getting ready to start the playoffs
Best
this
of luck
week,
to
and
everyone.
repping the Loco. We're definitely going to be out there covering the games and rooting you guys on, and hoping to see you make deep
Yeah,
runs
gonna be
and
a fun, frantic week, but
bring it home.
I'm really excited, and obviously USCB basketball will take precedence for myself on Monday, but I'm looking forward to probably head to the Nest on Tuesday to see Seahawks taking on Aiken, and hopefully a lot more to come, and get to see a couple of teams go deep in these playoff runs. But just enjoy it, and it's it can. You never know how long it could go, but just really enjoy the
Yep.
process and have fun out there. And when you're having fun, success normally comes your way. When you're tense, when you're thinking about it too
Yep.
much, that's
Yep.
when things
That's
can
the
go off the
problem.
rails. But
Facts. Have fun.
yep,
Play loose. Play
yep.
free. All right. Well, great show tonight, guys. Enjoyed it. A lot of stuff to report on, and get everybody caught up on what's going on around the Loco sports scene. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making it possible, and thanks to you for showing up to listen or watch. For Marcus Walsh and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Loco.